Mm. Am I audible? मेरी आवाज जा रही clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So analog का class अभी just over हुआ. So do you need a break of 2-3 minutes? Just wait for a minute. I am just coming. Sorry for the interruption. Actually, department की चाबी मेरे पास थी, so I have to give that. Okay. So we'll start. I'm starting the lecture for today, and today we are going to study the different types of the sampling techniques. Okay.
Good morning, sir. Sorry, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. So as in the last class, we have seen some basics of the pulse modulation and the sampling theorem, where we have seen that the sampling theorem is for generating the samples from the continuous wave signal, and again regenerating the continuous signal from the sample of the signal whatever is generated. And the condition for that is Fs, the sampling frequency, should be greater than or equal to twice of Fm, where the Fm was the maximum frequency of the modulating signal. Okay, so as we have seen here that Fs is greater than or equal to 2Fm, ये condition थी. ये जब sampling frequency, so Fs was the sampling frequency, so that sampling frequency should be greater than or equal to twice of Fm. अगर इससे कम होता है, in that case there will be overlapping of the spectral components, and that is known as aliasing. So today what we are going to do is the study of sampling techniques. Okay, are you able to see the sampling techniques? Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as we already have seen that sampling हमने क्यों किया, so that we will have a discrete time signal, and उसे generate करने के लिए there are different techniques like ideal sampling, natural sampling, and flat top sampling. So within these three sampling techniques, ideal sampling is generally not used for generating the samples because it has some limitation which we will deal now. And the two methods, natural sampling and flat top sampling, are the practical sampling methods. Why they are known as practical sampling methods? Because practically these two methods are basically used for converting the samples, the continuous wave into a sample signal. Okay. So let us see the methods one by one. The first one is the instantaneous sampling. As the name suggests instantaneous sampling or ideal sampling or impulse sampling. Here you can also see that it is written impulse sampling. So why it is known as the impulse sampling? Because we will see now that we have a signal.
Because in this we use impulse signal as a carrier signal, that's why it is for impulse sampling.
ये तो है ही, but इसमें हम impulse इसलिए कह रहे हैं क्योंकि we have a continuous wave signal. In figure A there is a continuous wave signal. Okay, continuous time signal. Okay, so this signal is continuous both in time as well as the amplitude. Okay, the second one is that we have a train of impulse. Okay, so we have the two raw materials as the modulating signal and the impulse train, and when these two are got multiplied, so how we can get this impulse type of signal? By using this circuit, a very simple circuit, that you can see that there is a signal xt, and here there is a switch. So when this switch is connected with let terminal 1 and 2. So when this connected to terminal 1, there is a value at gt, and when this switch is connected with terminal 2, then there will be zero signal at gt, that is output. So in this way, by moving this switch up and down, that is from terminal 1 to terminal 2 and terminal 2 to terminal 1. So in that case क्या होता है यहाँ पर कि जब switch पोजीशन 1 पर होता है, इन दैट केस यहाँ पर हमें सिग्नल मिलता है, मतलब जो भी ये सिग्नल हमारे पास है, तो यहाँ पर जब भी इनपुट दे रहे हैं, मतलब जब भी ये 1 से कनेक्ट हो रहा है, तब यहाँ हमें सैंपल मिल रहा है, और जब कनेक्ट नहीं हो रहा है, इन दैट केस वी विल हैव नो एनी सैंपल हियर. सो as the name suggests, the sampling is done instantaneous value of the time and the circuit to get which is known as this switching sampler. Okay, so this is also known as switching sampler. यहाँ पर हम क्या देखते हैं? The circuit is simply consists of switch. When the switch closes, there will be output at GT. Okay. Also, as the closing time t approaches 0, so यहाँ पर हम इसे जो चेंज कर रहे हैं, तो क्लोजिंग टाइम जैसे जैसे जीरो की तरफ मूव करेगा, मतलब हम कितना स्पीडली इसे स्विच कर रहे हैं. जितना ज्यादा स्पीडली स्विच करेंगे, बेस्ड ऑन दैट वी विल हैव द विड्थ ऑफ दिस सिग्नल, दिस इम्पल्स सिग्नल. ये इम्पल्स सिग्नल इसीलिए कहा गया क्योंकि जब स्विचिंग स्पीड बहुत ही ज्यादा होगा, इन दैट केस जो सिग्नल हमें मिलेगा यहाँ पर, उसका width जो होगा, that is approaching to 0. So here as the closing time t approaches 0, the width of the output gt approaches 0. तो gt जो मिलेगा वो हमें 0 मिलेगा. 0 मिलेगा मतलब क्या? उसका width 0 मिलेगा. मीन्स जो सैंपल हमें मिलेगा कंटिन्यूअस वेव का, वो सैंपल एक इम्पल्स के फॉर्म में मिलेगा with the width टेंडिंग टू 0. तो हम जब इन दोनों सिग्नल्स को मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं, दैट दिस कंटिन्यूअस वेव सिग्नल एंड द इम्पल्स, देन वी विल हैव अ सिग्नल लाइक दिस व्हिच इज शोन इन फिगर डी. ओके, सो hence train of impulses of height equal to the instantaneous value of the input signal. Input signal का जो instantaneous value है at that particular time, उस time पर हमें क्या मिल रहा है, sample मिल रहा है only at that particular time. मतलब ये value, so here there is also ये value, हमारा जो सिग्नल एक कंटिन्यूअस सिग्नल था. नाउ वी हैव ओनली द डॉटेड these values what is represented here in red dots. So अगर इसका locus देखें तो locus is just like the shape of the message signal. Okay, so here it is in the form of impulses, and the difference or the gap between the impulses is ts seconds. Okay, so let us see it somewhat in mathematically, that the train of pulses, it is already we have seen that the train of pulses is given by delta ts, which is sigma n is equal to minus infinity to infinity delta t minus nts. So based on the value of n, there will be impulses at some particular instance of time, and the sample signal gt is produced by normally multiplying both the signals, that is xt and del t. Okay, so the value of del t we have put here, that this is the delta function, delta ts function, impulse function. So here now when this is taken within the summation, then we will have x n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x n ts delta t minus n ts. So n number of samples मिलेंगे किसके, इस सिग्नल के, मैसेज सिग्नल के. So मैसेज सिग्नल के n number of simple samples मिलेंगे at equal interval of time, that is ts. So we can get the spectrum using Fourier transform.
So,
yeah.
so can you explain this one again, sir?
So which one?
X and ts del t minus n ts.
हमारा यहाँ पर क्या
last one
delta tst, ये हमारे पास impulse train है, which is represented in terms of this delta summation of delta terms, and this gt, how we are getting this gt, we are getting the sampled signal. So this gt is nothing but the sampled signal is produced by multiplying both these signals, and when this xt is taken under the summation sign, then it should be x and ts. Why? Because this delta is delta function or the impulse function, train of impulses. It will generate the impulses from which value? The value which is given by this x and ts. So there are n number of samples with ts time period. Okay, so the gap between the samples will be ts. Okay, now we can get the spectrum. So अब हमें spectrum कैसे मिलेगा? Spectrum हमें मिलेगा by using Fourier transform. तो हमारे पास ये जो signal gt था, now we are taking the Fourier transform for converting this time domain signal into frequency domain signal. तो यहाँ पर जो हमें signal मिला है, this is a time domain signal. Okay, now this is when Fourier transform is taken, then we will have frequency domain signal. So based on the value of fs, that is fs क्या है? Fs is the sampling frequency, and we already know that this delta function, इस property क्या होता है delta function का, कि when any function xt is multiplied with delta t, then the value, whatever is the value of this delta function, or we can write it as xt minus nts जो हमने यहाँ पर लिखा है, तो xt का वैल्यू उन सारे पोजीशंस पर चला जाएगा जो जो ये वैल्यूज यहाँ, ये जो जो वैल्यूज देगा डेल्टा t माइनस एन टी एस, ये जहां जहां पर वैल्यूज देगा उस पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन पर xt का वो वैल्यूज आएगा। तो अभी यहाँ पर सिंपली हम इसे कन्वर्ट करेंगे तो वी विल हैव x ऑफ f n minus f minus nfs, where what this x f minus nfs represents, this x f minus nfs represents the spectral components of this xnts, the spectral components of this xnts at different time instants as ts, 2ts, 3ts, okay, which is a periodic function of fs and weighted by fs. weighted by fs कहने का क्या मतलब है कि दोनों के बीच जो डिफरेंस होगा there will be sampling frequency of fs. नेक्स्ट यहाँ पर एक चीज नोट करने वाली बात यह है कि पल्स विड्थ तो जो है अगर जीरो अप्रोच होता है तो हम इस मेथड का it is impossible to have a pulse width to approaches 0, so practically this method is not used. अभी यहाँ पर हमने क्या किया है, जो पल्स जनरेट कर रहे हैं by using the simple circuit which I have shown earlier. So this is the picture, this is the figure or the circuit by using for generating this GT, okay, and the switching time, जो switching time इतना ज़्यादा हो कि there will be a signal only in terms of pulse. So ये जो सिग्नल स्विचिंग टाइम है, इम्पल्स का जो विड्थ है वो जीरो करने के लिए क्या कहते हैं उसे, आइडियल नहीं है। आइडियल नहीं है कहने का क्या मतलब है कि आइडियल नहीं है मतलब कि जो विड्थ है, जो ये जो पल्स जनरेट हो रहा है, सो एक्चुअली दिस इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ दिस पल्स. सो this can be reduced to this particular pulse by increasing the switching time. switching time को जितना increase करेंगे, इस पल्स का width, अगर मान लें इस पल्स का width टो है, तो इस पल्स का width क्या होगा, धीरे धीरे जीरो होगा. कब जीरो होगा, अप्रोचिंग टू जीरो कब होगा, टो टेंस टू जीरो कब होगा, जब स्विचिंग टाइम बहुत ही ज्यादा होगा. सो प्रैक्टिकली इट इज इम्पॉसिबल. एक चीज और क्या है, एक और लिमिटेशन क्या है इसका, कि एज वी आर डूइंग द पल्स, यूजिंग द पल्स एंड द सिग्नल, द आउटपुट सिग्नल विच इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पल्सेस, सो as this pulse width is tending to zero, in this way अगर pulse width का value zero होगा, so there will, the power will tends to zero, power of the signal will tends to zero. So इसका limitation यही है कि जो pulse width है, हम power कैसे निकालते हैं, power जो निकालते हैं, that power energy कैसे निकालते हैं, we calculate the area of the ग्राफ. ओके, मान लें ये एक ग्राफ है, तो इस ग्राफ का जो एनर्जी हम निकालते हैं, दैट एनर्जी बेस्ड अपॉन द एरिया ऑफ दिस ग्राफ. ओके, बट इफ दिस एरिया इज टेंडिंग टू जीरो, अगर ये एरिया टेंडिंग टू जीरो हो जाए, इन दैट केस पावर और एनर्जी विल बिकम जीरो. सो बाय यूजिंग दिस अप्रोच वी कैन नॉट ट्रांसमिट द सिग्नल to a larger distance also. So this is also a limitation. So in terms of power as well as in terms of the pulse width, so एक limitation है कि pulse width zero ideally नहीं कर सकते हैं, और दूसरा limitation है power का कि power जो होगा will tend to zero. So it will not have that much of power to transmit the signal using this. Okay. So next one is the natural sampling. So natural sampling नाम से पता क्या चल रहा है कि we will have natural type of signal. So natural type of signal कहने का मतलब क्या है, देखते हैं हम. So इस मेथड में क्या करते हैं, हम एक सैम्पलिंग सिग्नल इस्तेमाल करते हैं जिसे हमने CT से रिप्रेजेंट किया है. So this CT is representing the sampling signal, which is a rectangular type of signal and also which is a periodic signal. So this CT is rectangular pulse, rectangular and periodic. So ये जो दोनों प्रॉपर्टीज है इस CT का है. So this method is practical method इसे कहते हैं. Okay, pulse has the definite width of tau. यहाँ पर ये जो पल्स दिखाया गया है इसका पल्स विड्थ है tau. Okay, so there is some pulse width. So now we are taking XT as the continuous time signal and CT as the sampling function. Okay, the sampling function, which is a train of periodic pulse with pulse width tau and frequency fs. Okay, so this CT has the pulse width of tau and the frequency as fs, and fs is the sampling frequency. Okay, now from the figure, so हम यहाँ पर क्या देख रहे हैं कि we will have a continuous wave signal XT and there is a rectangular pulse train which is of width tau. So when this is get multiplied with the signal, we will have a natural sampled signal. So by the name we can see from the picture, from this picture, that whatever is the amplitude of the signal, that जो इसका टॉप देख रहे हैं, इस सिग्नल का जो टॉप देख रहे हैं, ये यही हमें सैंपल में भी मिल रहा है ना. देख रहे हैं हम यहाँ पर जो एम्पलीट्यूड है फ्रॉम whatever is the value of the between the samples, that is मान लें कि यहाँ पर जो भी वैल्यू है TS और 2TS, तो उनके बीच का ये जो सैंपल बन रहा है, इस सैंपल का अगर टॉप पार्ट देखें तो वो बिल्कुल रिजेंबल कर रहा है with the curve or with the signal. So this is known as natural sampling. So when this multiplied, when this modulating signal or the message signal is multiplied with the train of these pulses with pulse width tau, we will have this type of sampled output. So let us see mathematically that when CT goes high, switch S is closed. So यहाँ पर भी एक here I think I have not drawn that picture. So here, yes, here you can see that. So when this switch is closed, what you will assume that this CT is high, and when this CT is low, the switch is open. So we will have the GT, the signal at the output. So जो picture हमने देखा, from that figure, we will have a GT is equal to XT when CT is equal to A, and A is the amplitude of the signal XT, the CT is the sampling signal, and it is 0. So GT is 0 when there is CT is 0. Okay, so based on the value of CT here in the figure, based on the value of CT, the output is depending. Okay, so when CT is high, output is high, there is a output GT, and when CT is 0, so here it is 0, here it is 1, here it is 1, here it is 0 again, sorry, here it is 0 again, here it is 1, here it is 0. So in this way we are getting this XT in terms of pulses based on this CT. So now GT is nothing but the product of this CT and XT, where CT is a periodic train of pulses hence CT can be represented in exponential Fourier series. अब हम क्या कर सकते हैं कि जो CT है उसे हम exponential Fourier series के फॉर्म में अगर रिप्रेजेंट करें, then we will have Cn e to the power j2 pi and t by t0. Okay, so this CT can be represented in terms of exponential Fourier series, where this T naught is the period of CT. So T naught is nothing but the TS, the sampling period, and it is represented by 1 by Fs. Or if we are writing in terms of frequency, then F0, frequency of CT. So this F0 is nothing but the frequency of CT is, as we have already told, that it is Fs. In terms of time period, it is 1 by Ts or 1 by T naught. So here you can see that the distance or the time difference between two samples, it is Ts. Here you can see or the time interval between two samples is Ts, which is equal to 1 by Fs. So we have taken the Fourier series of the exponential Fourier series of CT here. Now putting the value here in the equation, we will have CT is equal to n is equal to minus infinity to infinity Cn e to the power j2 pi n Fst. So 1 by T0 is Fs. So we have put that, where Cn is given as, so here Cn. Now ये Cn क्या है? अभी हमारे पास ये जो सिग्नल है, हमने जो CT लिया है, that CT is rectangular pulse. Okay, rectangular pulse का जब हम Fourier transform करते हैं, then we will have a sinc function. Okay, so हम Cn को, ये जो Cn इसका coefficient है, that Cn can be taken as the sinc function, as CT is a rectangular pulse train. So Cn can be taken as the sinc function, where A is the amplitude and T is the pulse width. Okay, so pulse width को हमने tau से दिखाया था, so we are putting here at tau, and T0 is nothing but the sampling time. So sinc NFS tau. Okay, so this is the value of Cn, what we have got in CT, the value of CT, the Fourier series representation of this CT is Cn e to the power j2 pi n Fst, where the Cn is a sinc function due to this CT. Okay, so now putting the values, we will have a CT that is equal to sigma n is equal to minus infinity to infinity tau A by Ts. So we have put all the values of Cn, sinc n Fs tau e to the power j2 pi n Fst. Okay, अभी यहाँ पर ये जो टर्म मिला है, यहाँ पर हम क्या करेंगे, क्योंकि हमें ये जो सिग्नल मिल रहा है अभी ये CT के टर्म्स में मिला है. Now we will have GT when we will put the value of CT in the expression above. So GT क्या था? GT is nothing but the product of CT and XT. So we are putting the value of CT in GT. We will have the same value. Just यहाँ पर क्या हुआ? XT भी आ गया. So tau A by Ts, as it is a constant part, so it is taken outside the summation, and this e to the power j2 pi Fs txt. So ये जो टर्म है, इस टर्म पर हम प्रॉपर्टी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं किसका? फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म का. क्यों? टू गेट द स्पेक्ट्रल component or to get the signal in frequency domain. So this is the time domain representation. Okay, so to convert this into frequency domain, we will have to take the Fourier transform एंड फूरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म का प्रॉपर्टी यहाँ पर लगाएंगे, देन वी विल हैव दिस x ऑफ f माइनस NFS. तो एक्सपोनेंशियल और यूलर्स को जब हम xt या किसी फंक्शन के साथ जब मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं और उसका जब फूरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म लेते हैं, देन द फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ द सिग्नल is transferred to whatever the frequency present in the Euler's form. Okay, so NFS, so based on this the frequency will be translated to f minus NFS. In this way we can represent this GT as GF when we will deal with the frequency domain signal, which is equal to tau A by Ts sigma n is equal to minus infinity to infinity sinc NFS tau. So here we have sinc NFS tau x of f minus NFS. So here we can tell it as xt is graded with a sinc function. So this xt which is translated to NFS, and it is graded with or multiplied with the sinc function. And I think all of you know what the sinc function is. So you can see that the sinc function is like this. So based on the time, the amplitude or the strength of signal reduces, and sinc फंक्शन को हम लोग साइन के टर्म में जो दिखाते हैं, यू कैन टेल इट एज साइन पाई टी बाई पाई टी, और यू कैन टेल इट एज कोई भी एक वेरिएबल ले लें, तो साइन थीटा बाई सम थीटा. सो इस तरह से जब हम यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं कि जब डिनोमिनेटर का वैल्यू जैसे जैसे बढ़ता जाएगा, डिनोमिनेटर का वैल्यू जैसे जैसे बढ़ता जाएगा, यहाँ पर जो इसका एम्पलीट्यूड है वो घटता जाएगा. हम एक चीज का जानते हैं, अगर सिर्फ साइन लें तो साइन का जो वैल्यू होता है वो -1 से लेकर 1 तक +1 तक वेरी करता है फॉर साइन. ओके, एंड व्हेन दिस इज डिवाइडेड बाय अ टर्म, एनी टर्म, सो based on the increase in the value of time, we will have the lesser and lesser amplitude. Okay, so based on this function sinc, we will have a spectrum which is in reduced form as the frequency or the time increased. So you can see here in the frequency domain representation as, so this is the frequency domain representation of the x signal xt. Okay, and this is the frequency domain representation or the spectrum of the sampled signal. So you can see here that there is a gap. That is, gap means there is we will have a frequency spectrum, that is some frequency gap between the two LEDs. But as the same case for in the case of instantaneous sampling, the spectral component has not been decreased, and as you can see in instantaneous sampling, you can see that yes. So in natural sampling, इसका जब हम spectral component लेते हैं, lastly जब देखें यहाँ पर, yes, यहाँ पर जो देख रहे हैं fs, इसका जो frequency domain representation यहाँ देख रहे हो, ये frequency domain representation में we will have x f minus NFS. So this is a constant term. X f minus NFS will have the same amplitude over all the signal. यहाँ पर कोई एक टर्म नहीं है जिसके कारण इसका जो फैक्टर है, मतलब इसका जो एम्पलीट्यूड है वो घटे या बढ़े. बट in the case of this natural sampling, there is a term which is a sinc function, due to which the spectral component is just like the picture shown here. So in that case, there was only the pulses at particular instance of time, but here we are getting a frequency range at different sampling frequencies. So at this sampling frequency, at fs to 2fs, so these are the sampling frequencies or the sampling periods where we are getting the spectral components. So this is all about this. Now, what is the limitation of this natural sampling? Can anybody tell by simply differentiating these two methods? What will be the limitation of this sampling technique? So the limitation is, यहाँ पर हम क्या देख रहे हैं कि नेचुरल सैम्पलिंग के केस में जो एम्पलीट्यूड है वो रेगुलरली वेरी हो रहा है, किसका? पल्स का. सो विद इन द पल्स, हम जो यहाँ से यहाँ तक पल्स ले रहे हैं, विद इन दिस पल्स टाइम और विद इन दिस सैम्पलिंग पीरियड, द एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ द सिग्नल इज वेरिंग. सो एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ सिग्नल जब वेरी कर रहा है, सो the power of the signal will also vary. In this way, there will be chances of noise will be higher, as we will see in the next sampling technique, which is flat top sampling. So then the amount of noise will be higher, and due to the change in amplitude within the pulse itself is a limitation. Okay. तो आज के लिए इतना ही रखते हैं. फ्लैट टॉप सैम्पलिंग हम लोग नेक्स्ट डे देखेंगे. In which so it is also a very simpler method, and there are two types of gates are used for producing the sampling signal, and the sample and by using sample and hold circuit, there will be some signals which can be used for sampling. Okay. So we will see the flat top sampling in the next class. आज के लिए इतना ही रखते हैं, ठीक है?
Thank you, sir.
यहाँ पर अगर किन्हीं को कोई पूछना हो तो you can ask. So ठीक है, तो आज के लिए इतना ही रखते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम लोग मिलते हैं, and at that time we will see the flat top sampling. Okay. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.